Look who is here. Niall Horan.
He's here.
In the house.
He's here.
At CHUM 104.5.
Good to see you, bud.
Man, good to see you too. So last time I saw you, it was like pre-pandemic.
Just before, I think, wasn't it?
Very, very close to before we shut down.
Yeah, crazy.
Crazy. Like I looked at the picture we had and we actually hugged, which looked very strange because slightly after that, no one wanted to touch each other.
It was crazy.
Right?
I don't even know if I want to touch anyone now.
No.
I think I'm still stuck in pandemic. Don't touch me.
Yeah,
You make me sick.
Well, it's crazy. Like we all have the right to sneeze on each other now, but that's
It's
like
crazy.
don't do that or blow out candles and all those things.
I know.
But we're excited about the new song, the new album, The Show.
Yeah.
Is out June 9th.
That's
everywhere.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Oh man, I love the first two singles. We got Meltdown.
Yeah.
Which is
just
a great song. That's just out.
Yeah.
People loving it.
Yeah, apparently so. It's going well. Yeah, it's been. That was the one I was excited to get out for the summer.
Okay.
It's got a real summer feel to it. It's very quick.
Yeah.
And I was just like excited to see what people would think of that, and the fans are really enjoying it.
Fans are really enjoying it. And when I hear that song, well, the first two songs in particular, when I hear them, bro, I'm getting like big stadium vibes.
Good.
Yeah, you know, like Meltdown, like I just see the lights, I see the camera phones and the light sticks and stuff, and of course, Heaven.
Yeah.
Once again, big beautiful song.
Thank you. Thanks very much. Yeah, no, I'm really happy with it. They're two different vibes, but feel like they're from the same spot, which is a good. You know, it feels like they came from the same record, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
And I love both of those songs. Like that's the reason they're singles, I guess. And yeah,
Heaven in particular, the lyrics to that song are just huge to me. I mean, listen to these words. Strange light revolves around you. You float across the room. Your touch is made of something heaven can't hold a candle to. You're made of something new. Like, who is this person? Like, this person sounds amazing.
Yeah, good person.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't know. It just happens. You know, sometimes you just like sit down and it gets a little bit poetic for a second. I don't know. It's just whatever comes out at the time. Some verses are harder to find than others, but when you pick up and you play and you know exactly what you want to say, it just kind of happens. I don't.
Well,
really
the chorus of that song is my favorite too. Like every time I hear that in my head, I drop the music and I hear everyone. God only knows where this could go. I see that happening.
There's gonna have to be at the gigs. There's probably gonna have to be some sort of a breakdown moment. It's got kind of that kind of like anthemic sort of feel to it, I guess.
Yes.
I like the production on it is insane. I'm like so happy with the way it turned out and how the song came about, and everything's just fell into place on that one.
Very good. Awesome songwriting. Man, I got to talk to you about what I saw, which came out a couple months ago, The Road to Mullingar.
Yeah.
And what I love about that documentary, if you guys haven't caught it, it's Niall Horan going back home with his buddy Lewis Capaldi. And you guys go back to your hometown and tour Ireland, correct?
Yep.
And it's just so great to see you in your context.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Seeing you back home. Can you tell us about how great it was to ride around and to go back home with Lewis?
Yeah, that was brilliant. We got the opportunity with Guinness to get into a car. They just GoPro'd it up. We just drove around. No one really. There was no like producer in our ear kind of giving us stuff to talk to, which made for a better documentary.
Right, because Lewis could let off every F word he wanted, and it was all good, right?
Like as we were going, I was like saying to the producers, I was like, God bless the person that has to edit this show, because they're in for a ride.
Big job, big job.
But it was great. It was great. It was good. Like we just drove around Ireland, stopped off in different little spots that they had set up for us, and just made the most out of it, and then ended up in my hometown playing a few songs in a pub, in my hometown of Mullingar, and it was just like it was a really cool moment. It's very rare that you get to go back and do that. I very rarely get to do it at all.
I was about to ask, do you get to go home too often? Not really, right?
Yeah, I get home, probably 4 times a year, maybe. But yeah, it was cool to do it in that context and play a few tunes with Lewis and show him Ireland, and hopefully we'll do it again. Maybe we'll do Scotland or something like that, or take it international. We don't know yet. There hasn't been any other conversations, but it was so much fun the first time that we'll have to do it again.
Road trips with Niall. How's Lewis as a driver? Is he who's got the lead foot? You or Lewis?
who's a good? I did a lot of the driving actually.
Yeah,
He was happy to chill.
There was one scene where he actually did jump in the wheel. I was like, okay.
That's right, in Dublin. Yeah, he drove around Dublin.
Yeah.
Which is actually probably the hard one. It's every street in Dublin's one way, so he did well to drive around there. But yeah, I did a lot of the driving. Yeah.
But once again, just seeing you in Ireland at home, like where you are completely in your element, was great for me. I just love Irish people, man. I think it's because partially because my last name is McNeil, so there's got to be some Irish.
Is it?
Yeah, well, Jamaicans. We have. Did you know that Jamaicans and Irish have like a link?
It's crazy. Yeah,
Like,
I couldn't believe it. Just to kind of like Jamaica. Yeah, like I couldn't believe it when I went to. I also went to Jamaica. I've been to Jamaica, and I met so many people that had like Irish lineage, and there's like a connection to, like, it's insane.
Even the accent and the slang.
Yeah.
Like your accent, you sound like one of my uncles or my auntie or something like that.
It is amazing to see that cultural link. It's crazy.
Yeah, well, that's history, man. What's the crack?
What's the crack?
What's the crack? What's that mean? I don't even know what I'm saying, but I know that's some Irish slang, right?
Yeah, it is. Just mean it's kind of like what's going on.
Okay. So the Jamaican version of that is yo wagwan.
Yeah, wagwan.
Yeah, see.
Yeah.
You even say it right.
Yeah, wagwan.
What's the crack?
There is accents in Ireland that sound
Jamaican derivative, right?
It's amazing. I think it's incredible. Yeah.
And another part I loved about that documentary was when you headed to, is it Grafton Street?
Yeah.
Where they're busking.
Yeah.
And I mean that whole culture. That's a very Irish thing, right? Just people out in the street. How does that work?
Yeah, there's like a shopping street in Dublin, pedestrianised street, and there's just called Grafton Street, and there's 5 or 6 buskers the whole way up, and street performers. It's always been a bit of an Irish thing, the street performers thing. Like Dermot Kennedy, I think he was basically found as a busker on Grafton Street.
Wow.
And now he's Dermot Kennedy, but he always has been Dermot Kennedy.
There's a guy I'm a real big fan of who I saw through those videos, Fabio Rodriguez. I don't know if you've heard of him. Big up to Fabio, but he's got this super high voice. I don't even think he's from Ireland.
I think I do know him. Does he play like Spanish guitar?
Yes. Yeah.
So good,
right?
His voice is insane.
Insane voice. And so do you have to like book when you go out there? You just pick up?
No, there was a guy already there, and we kind of just rolled in on him, and the crowd started to assemble, and before we knew it, we had most of Grafton Street at the top. With the top of Grafton Street, the whole street was there with us, and just sung a couple of songs, and it was a good laugh.
So anyone could like literally like pull up their guitar and just.
I think if you're a normal busker, you have to book in. But what are you gonna play for me here?
I mean, I'm just wondering.
You could just turn up in Grafton Street like this.
And anyone would sing?
We should take this back to my place. Right. This is the first. That's what she said right to my face. 'Cause I want you bad. Yeah, I want you, baby. Slow hands, like sweat dripping down our dirty laundry. No chance that I'm leaving here without you on me. I know, yeah, I already know that there ain't no stopping. Woo, your plans and those slow hands.
Yes.
That's the first time ever in an interview I've ever seen anything like that. That's great.
I'm booking a ticket to Ireland.
Yeah. Let's get you on the street here, Richmond and what street is that?
This is Richmond and Duncan. Yeah, so
Richmond and Duncan
so
Street.
A pigeon
Come here.
poop on me or something. Like,
See the guy. We're gonna set him up with a busking license. He's gonna be out there in the corner. He only has one song at the moment,
Listen,
though. So we're trying to get a repertoire together.
If I'm gonna make any money, you got to be out there. Man. But the show, June 9th.
Yes.
Excited for that.
Can't wait.
We got 2 big songs, Meltdown. We got Heaven. And what's the vibe of the album? Where is your headspace in this album for the show? What are we going to be hearing?
Yeah, I guess it's different simply because first of all, there's no heartbreak and there was a pandemic. So there's a lot more like big thinking going on, I guess, across the board. That's the through line, really. And the show is basically a metaphor for life. Like it's a show. During the pandemic, it felt like we were in some sort of like Jim Carrey kind of Truman Show vibe.
Yeah, it was like
and it kind of gave me the idea to write down that. And then after I'd written the first song, realized that, you know, this is what it is. It's a metaphor for life, the show.
Okay.
And I guess it's kind of the most mature of the work that I've done. I guess probably because I'm a little bit older. That's probably it.
That's a
There's
progression,
nothing more
man.
complicated than that, I don't think. But yeah, no, I'm really happy with it. Like, I think what you can hear in the record is how considered it is. Like, I really delved into every element, musically, sonically, vocally. Like, I really wanted to get conceptually. I wanted to nail everything, and hopefully people can hear that.
Well, I mean, from my perspective, you nail these first 2 songs. They sound huge. When I close my eyes and I hear heaven. I hear a big festival. I hear a big stage. I hear a big stadium. So I'm hoping for a big concert announcement shortly after.
Fingers crossed.
Let's do it.
We're putting together the tour right now, and I've got big plans for Canada. Put it that way.
Well, thank you for coming back and putting us on your plans for this promo. Welcome back to Toronto.
Thank you. It's good to be back. I love this place. We're very similar, the Irish and the Canadians.
I think so.
Yeah,
Now let's go outside and make some toonies out there.
All right,
right?
come on. Let's make some money. Let me get a mug or a hat or something we can put down.
Let's do it. Niall Horan in the house with CHUM.